This is West Wind Mobile Estates in West Sacramento. Nice, quiet, clean place to live. But a lot of the folks who live in these mobile homes might not know that when they bought their homes, the title wasn't transferred properly, the paperwork wasn't done right, and more importantly, the fees that they're required to pay to the state every year used to be to the DMV because these are mobile homes. Now it's to the California Department of Housing and Community Development, are due. In some cases, they're overdue. So there's a new program, and we're about to tell you all about it, that provides not only amnesty and helps get people all up to speed, but sets them up so that all the paperwork on their homes are complete and consistent, and that they're able to pay those fees again every year. Metcalf, he is the director of the California Department of Housing and Community Development. Ben, tell us a little bit about this program. It's going to help a lot of folks. If I remember right, about 160,000 mobile homeowners who might not realize they owe some money.
That's right. We estimate in California about 500,000 mobile homes and manufactured homes, and maybe a third, 1 in 3 of those, don't have accurate ownership of their homes. They don't have legal proof of ownership. So that's a problem. If you don't have legal proof of your ownership, you might not be able to make repairs. You might have challenges getting rebates or getting flood or fire insurance. You might have trouble when you go to sell your home. You put at risk whatever money you put into your own assets. So what we've done with the help of the legislature is create a program that allows those homeowners to easily go to our website, registeryourmobilehome.ca.org, find out if they're current, and if they're not, we have a simple process that they can follow, which will allow them to get a waiver on all the back taxes and back fees that they have accumulated, and start fresh with a one-time fee and an ongoing annual fee going forward.
How do these things get missed from one owner to the next?
Well, I think it happens all the time that somebody goes into a mobile home park and they want to buy a home, and they sit down with the owner, and the owner does a bill of sale, hands it to them. They think they've walked away with proof of ownership, but they don't know that if they don't have the formal document from the state of California and or from their local assessor's office that shows they're on title, they may not be on title. There's a titling process, just like you would when you go to buy a new car from the Department of Motor Vehicles. You can't just take a piece of paper that says, hey, this car is mine. You've also got to submit the paperwork to the DMV. It's the same thing here.
And it's also, if I understand the program correctly, getting them current on their state registration on these homes too, is it not?
Exactly right. Exactly right. So it's a win-win for everybody. It gives these homeowners a peace of mind and security that they truly own their homes. It helps the communities that they live in to remain more stable. And it helps us actually to get more revenue because we now have on our rolls and we can make sure that we're doing the work we need to monitor and make sure that they're proper.
And how much of these fees roughly are we talking about, or a range, price range on these fees? Because they're yearly, as I understand it. Like it used to be when they were registered with the DMV, they were essentially vehicle registration fees.
It's the same sort of thing. We see fees, annual fees, depending on your mobile home or manufactured housing, ranging from about $30 to about $100 annually. So very much like a car. But the good news is, if we have 1 in 3 mobile home owners, manufactured owners, who have accumulated maybe hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars of back taxes and fees and back registration, and we're waiving all that.
So when you're talking about roughly 160,000 homes where these fees might have lapsed for years in some cases, how is it that it was able to get so far before we decided it was time to get a handle on it?
That's a great question. I think this is one of those things where we don't have great visibility into these private transactions that are happening. The state really relies on people to do what's required under law, affirmatively come forward with that proof of ownership. The reality is times are tough for a lot of households out there, and folks have had a hard time making ends meet. And so if you go in with your paperwork and you find out that you're going to have to pay hundreds or thousands of dollars, back taxes or fees, you may say, thank you very much, I'd prefer to just take my risks. And while that's a reasonable position to take, what we're saying today is come out in the open, get cleaned up, get proper title. You'll sleep better at night if you've done that. You won't have to worry about losing the wealth you put into the asset down the road.
And I would guess the odds are good that if the original sale didn't come with all of the information these folks needed, that's probably a good reason why a lot of them missed it.
That's right. That's exactly right. And often we see, sometimes properties get passed on to family members, they get inherited down. In many cases, people don't realize that these, just like a car, or just like a home, you have to do the paperwork and the registration. Often it's an issue of just education, and that's what we're trying to correct as well. We're hoping to fix the problem once and not have to fix it again down the road.
Now, you have touched on it already. What do folks need to do to get themselves current?
So the easiest thing to do is to go to registeryourmobilehomeca.org. And on that website, you'll see a 10-step process that you've got to follow. You'll also find a place where you can enter in some identifying information to find out if you are current or not. But we also have a hotline where you can call in. We have folks who speak English, folks who speak Spanish. We have other interpretive services available upon request. And we will be doing an outreach campaign, working with the mobile home park owners, working with the advocacy community, actually going out and doing workshops all around the state as well. So you can also join those. And we'll have information on that up on our registeryourmobilehomeca.org website.
Excellent. Ben Metcalf, Director of the California Department of Housing and Community Development. Thanks for taking a few minutes. We appreciate it.
You bet. My pleasure. Thank you.